Thank you. Last but by no means least, we have a ceremonial presentation recognizing William Mellor, Estero Bay advocate. Commissioner Mann.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. I will confess to no small amount of pride in being allowed to read this resolution honoring this fine native son of Lee County. It was in my previous life that I had the privilege of working with him and helping make some of his dreams for Lee County and protection of its natural resources become reality throughout the state through activities, especially in Tallahassee. So I would ask now that my lifelong friend, Bill Mellor, and his wife and family and close friends step forward. And Bill, it would be my honor to read a little resolution. We tried to keep it a surprise for a long time, but up here on the eve of your 88th birthday, run on up to the mic here. And I would like to have Jim English, who was a member of the LCCA while all this work was going on. Pat, family, grandchildren, next generations, get around him here. He's shy and he needs backup. No, right there by the mic for a minute, and then we'll do the picture taking if you survive the resolution. Jim, come on forward here. You are the core of the LCCA. We got 3 generations of Mellors here. Bill, it's my pleasure to read this resolution. Whereas Estero Bay in Lee County is the heart of all marine resources along the southwest Florida coast, and whereas the environmental health of Estero Bay is essential to the ecological survival of our entire ecosystem in Lee County, and whereas over 50 years ago there developed enormous pressure to dredge and fill thousands of acres of the shoreline of Estero Bay in order to construct thousands of home sites with no concern for the welfare of the sensitive ecosystem, and whereas native son William Mellor, himself an avid outdoorsman and nature lover, recognized the threat to Estero Bay by said proposed development, and whereas there was no organized opposition to prevent said threat from occurring, and whereas William Mellor set about to establish an effective organization to mount such opposition through public awareness, which would become to be known as the Lee County Conservation Association, and whereas Bill Mellor became the leader and president of the new organization and contributed hundreds of hours of research effort, especially in-depth legal research regarding sovereign state lands, and whereas William Mellor took the lead in the successful struggle to stop the practice in the state of Florida of selling off sovereignty submerged lands of the state for the purpose of developing said submerged lands, and whereas through the untiring efforts of William Mellor and the LCCA, citizens became aware of the previously little-known historic status of these lands, that they are indeed held in trust by the state for the use and benefit of all its citizens, and whereas through the continued efforts of William Mellor over the next 30 years, all of Estero Bay was protected and officially designated as the first aquatic preserve in the state of Florida. And whereas the Estero Bay Preserve became the model after which 40 additional preserves would be established throughout the waters and shores of Florida. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Lee County, Florida, on the occasion of the recent celebration of the 40th birthday of the Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve, and the upcoming 88th birthday of William Mellor, that we do hereby extend our profound gratitude to Mr. Mellor for his enormous contribution to the health and welfare of our beloved yet fragile Lee County, and wish him many more happy years to enjoy the waters and lands that without his personal help would not exist today. And this resolution is signed this day by our chairman, John Manning. Congratulations, Bill, and thank you for all you have done.
Why
don't y'all step forward. We will do a picture, and then we'll hear a word from you. Y'all come up here and get your picture took. Bill, right in the middle here, and hold this revolution.
Why, thank you for the word.
Ben, Jim, the rest of y'all shy people, come on up here, family.
Yeah, okay.
That's son, grandsons. Lila, you going to jump in?
One, two, three. One, two, three.
Now, let me ask Jim English, who was a member of the original board of directors, to say a few words about Bill. And then, Bill, we'd love to hear a word from you. So y'all gather back at the microphone there so we can capture all of this. Jim, if you can overcome your shyness long enough to say a few words.
Everything's been well done, Frankie. I'm just going to defer to Bill.
Well, then, modest, shy Jim English says he's going to defer to Bill. Bill, we'd love to hear from you. A native Lee County, and that's what one looks like when they're 88.
Commissioner Mann, I certainly appreciate those kind words. When we first became involved in this effort to save Estero Bay, we were accused of being against progress, trying to limit the, to prevent this development of all of Lee County. It sounded like we were the worst people in the world. And it's nice to see there's a change in atmosphere. Mr. English also was a member of our board of directors, and was very active in the effort to do this. So I think that's pretty much covers it.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, whole family.